This is my Minecraft hardcore world. Now when we started this world, this was the area we first worked on, and we've expanded in every direction since then, except this straight line here, which we originally created as a joke, is still in place, even after 799 days. So I think that it's time we fix that issue and get this land expanded further down this mountain and really give this kind of original area a little bit of love, because it hasn't been shown any for so long. I think a big reason I've kind of steered clear of this area mostly is because of this kind of area down here. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to incorporate this into our design and terraform the land while still keeping kind of true to the original design of this kind of mountain. Because of this very steep slope, I think I'm going to have to start at the very top and kind of figure out roughly a shape for this very top level. So this right here, this is the middle level, and over there is the top level. So I think the very first thing that I should do is kind of figure out a plan for each and just dig it out. So I want this part to start curving backwards because the land does kind of come in quite far in here and it comes down quite a lot. So if I remove this and just kind of start tapering the land in ever so slightly, maybe we'll have it come back quite a lot, very sharp to here. So we can have some kind of like main entrance that walks all the way down. I think that'll be cool, but we need a lot more space for that. So you can see the kind of path I've dug out here. It's very rough right now, but I think it's going to make this land a little bit more interesting. So let's shape it up a bit better because right now it's very rough. So I've shaped it up a little bit better so you can kind of see how that's going to look up here. Now I do want this to be a little bit straight and then start coming back outways. I don't know if this is deep enough. I think I might need to go a little bit deeper here. So I think I've got a decent shape now. So from here, I'm going to start making it a little bit more kind of straight. So you can very clearly see kind of how I'm planning to shape this. This is going to involve a whole lot of digging for sure, especially on this level here. But I love a good challenge and I love terraforming. It's my favorite thing to do in the game, so I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. Now I'm going to start kind of trying to taper it out this way a little bit and then kind of head straight back out just to make it a little bit more interesting instead of just being completely flat, like a huge flat mountain face. Having this little indentation here is going to give us a little bit more creative freedom down at the bottom, which is certainly going to be important because there's not a whole lot of space right now. So when we get to about here, I'm also going to just once again start changing directions and kind of head in this direction, kind of like that. So it's not directly in line with the mountain way back there. It kind of comes in and then it comes back out, but not as much because I do need a little bit more space. But I think after here, it's going to kind of head into this mountain here. And then eventually there's going to be another kind of level of mountain over here. And it's going to kind of finish off this level, if that makes any sense. So kind of into here somewhere. I think that will be pretty good. Oh my days. Not these fellas. Come on, man. It's not even dark yet. I still see the sun. It's just annoying at this point. Also, what's going on with my inventory? That's really crazy. That's a wild setup. Okay, so I have that level kind of figured out. Now that we have the shape, I need to figure out the elevation. So I need to create a gradual slope. Well, come on, buddy. Not right now. I'm doing business, mate. Oh, there's a bunch of these cheeky fellas everywhere. Look at them all. Oh, an emerald. Didn't even notice that. Might just take that. Thank you. Oh, baby zombies. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Okay, that was just disrespectful. I'm not going to lie. At this point, when does it stop? You know what I'm saying? All right, so I need to flatten this a little bit. Oh, come on, mate. Oh my days. What is this? Mate, this is ridiculous. So I'm going to build out roughly 3 blocks on this top level, just so we can get an idea of the top part here. I don't want to go too crazy on it just in case I do need to change it later. Now my plan for this episode alone is to work on figuring out where the top level is going to go, get the whole middle level kind of sorted, and this level here as well. So there is certainly a lot of work to do, and there is a ton of monsters. Oh my days. Everyone's literally just gunning for me right now. Crazy. Oh my days. Oh my days. Have I just done a 3v1 without taking a single hit of damage? That's crazy. Oh, invisible spider. Don't worry, I'll see you, mate. Okay, I think I'm just now realizing how much digging I'm going to have to do. This is not going to be fun. Okay, so I know I dug I know I built this up, but I'm gonna have to bring this back down. Okay, so from here, I want this to start coming down. So we'll go here and cut it down by 1 block from this point. I don't want it to go back down until it starts sloping back out. So roughly about here, like this. And then once again, we'll go down another block. And I think I'll be able to fit one more kind of drop. Maybe here. It's hard to remember that this entire thing was a massive forest originally, but it was cleared a very long time ago. It's kind of nice that I'm now finally figuring out how I'm going to get this entire thing to look. This entire section has been eating at me for a long time. I haven't quite been sure how to do it properly. I figured it's time I stop procrastinating and start actually doing something about it. And today is that day. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with how I've kind of planned this out. It seems like it's going to be a nice gradual slope and it's going to work. Allow us to kind of build whatever we need pretty easily, I'm hoping. Oh, we've got some more business to take care of. Oh, I missed a shot. That's embarrassing. Oh my days. Alright, I think overall that is looking pretty good. It'll look a lot better once we obviously get the next level done, which is what I need to plan now. This level starts to come out a little bit, so I do need to have it expand a little bit further before I start trying to taper it in, because otherwise it's just going to be weird. So I think we'll go 7 blocks, so 2 more like that. And then I feel like I can start bringing it in quite quickly. So we'll go 3, then we'll go 3 again, we'll go 2, and then eventually we're going to start heading kind of the opposite way. But at some point I do want this to head down a block, I think roughly about here. So we'll go here, drop down onto this very conveniently placed tree. We'll drop it down a little bit. We'll just start kind of bringing this in just to give us a lot more space on that lower level, which is definitely going to be extremely important. There's not much space there because of how steep the cliff is, and because of how far back this top level is, especially over here. If I don't bring this in pretty quickly, this whole level is going to be extremely large and kind of not proportionate to the rest of the levels. The rest of the levels will be very, very thin, while this one just, looks weird and is very wide. So I think this kind of taper here is pretty nice for now. So I'm going to start kind of heading a little bit more straight, but then I think another kind of slight taper and then straight again will be very nice. You can see we're giving ourselves a lot more space kind of on the right hand side, so we're obviously heading in and allowing us to have more space for that level down there, which is definitely important. But we have to dig quite deep for this one because of just how the terrain is. The terrain's a lot different to what we were working with on the top level. Oh, it opens up quite a lot out here. Look at this. Wow. Okay, I think I'm going to have a very long line like here, and then after that I'm going to start tapering quite quickly, so like this. Let me just remove all of this and we'll see what we kind of dug out there. I'm not sure on that shape. Sometimes the best thing to do is just dig, honestly, and just be extremely random. That's kind of how I plan all this stuff out. I just dig until I get a shape that kind of looks good, and honestly I think that's pretty nice. I think I want a bit of a sharper taper just here because I think I can have some kind of road heading down. So I'm kind of getting an idea in my mind of how I can shape this land to build something really cool. So I want to make this really sharp. Maybe that's not sharp enough. Maybe I'll go here. Yeah, that's very sharp. I like that. Then we'll kick it out once again. Very sharp. Hopefully that will look okay. I mean, just because we build it one way now doesn't mean we can't change it later. So if I'm trying to build something and it's not quite working, I can always make some slight edits to it in the future. Maybe I'll start heading out again. I'm trying to be as random as possible because this kind of kicks out a little bit. So maybe this should continuously kick out over here. I think that would be pretty nice. Oh my days. This one is going to be a whole lot harder to kind of do the elevation for. Okay, you know what? For now, I'm just going to build these dirt up here just to kind of get a rough idea for it. Okay, I think something like this is going to be pretty good. So you can kind of see the plan for the 2 levels. This one here is very, very flat, but I think it's okay because the rest are not going to be flat. So it's going to kind of be like a highlighted area, I guess. So now I got to dig all this land down because obviously that's where the level is currently. I mean, all of this is going to have to go down eventually. I need to make sure I collect this iron because I always need it. Okay, so now you can very clearly see kind of how I plan to shape this area. Now I need to do the elevation because it can't all just be one level. That would be weird. So over here, I think roughly maybe just here, we'll have it come down 1. So that means I need to bring this whole thing down by 1. And I actually just had an idea I can cut the level here and have a very large drop to make kind of like a middle level, if that makes any sense. I think that would make it very interesting for sure, but I need to figure out how on earth I'm going to do that. I think I'll have to cut a line straight through here. Oh, there's a creeper just over there staring at me. I think over here, maybe here, just after this kind of kick out. So roughly here, I'm just going to kind of dig a rough estimate through and see kind of how that would look to here. Okay, I don't love that shape. I kind of want to do something a bit different. Maybe if we go more straight kind of here and create some kind of a taper. So like this, and then just before we reach there, it gets really quick like that. How does that look? I think that looks way better than just having a straight line. Okay, we're gonna go with that, the second one. Now, how do I do this? Oh my days. I think I should just, oh my goodness, this is a lot harder to plan than I thought it was going to be. Especially when we've got monsters fighting us every second. I think honestly I need to just, oh hey buddy, I think I need to dig some kind of 3-block wide path right through here. But that is gonna, whoa, bro just dropped in from nowhere. This is going to be a lot trickier than I thought. So let me see what I can do. Okay, so you can much more clearly see kind of what I'm thinking of with this wider path. Now I'm just going to dig this all the way down to the correct level. That will kind of be how I guide and plan the level drop there. Oh, look what we got. Oh my days. Bro, mobs coming out of the wazoo, brother. The hell? Man, look how much digging we're gonna have to do. And that isn't even the correct level. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Dude, this is gonna be a much bigger project than I originally thought it was gonna be. Okay, now we're right up against the back mountain, which is as far as we need to go, which means this will be the kind of plan. So I guess we'll start with the easier section and just get this whole thing in here kind of done. We'll start with an easy bit to kind of ease into the whole project because, oh my days, there is going to be a whole lot of digging. All right, let's get started right now. This area is looking so much better, but just removing the stone from this one area took this pickaxe all the way down to pretty much dead and this one halfway. Meaning for this video I would have to go to the end so many times to repair my picks, so I'm gonna make another one. I have 67 levels, which I'm hoping will be enough, and we got a ton of iron, look at that, oh my days. But I'm gonna drop everything off in here, then I'm gonna collect up some shulker boxes, I'm hoping this will be enough, then I'm gonna harvest every single farm, and we'll see how many crops we can get. It's been a while since we've done a full harvest, so it'll be interesting to see. So let's get started right now. Now, I'm not going to be collecting the seeds because you can't sell them for any emeralds, so for now, I'm not going to bother collecting them, just enough to replant. Alright, the first farm is harvested and we got just under a full shulker box of wheat. So not too much, but when we do the carrots, this is where it will be amazing because we can use fortune, and we got fortune 5. So I'm very sure that we're going to get a bunch of carrots from this harvest. I guess we're about to find out exactly how many. From 1, we get 7, we got 5, we got 5 again, we got 7, so roughly 5 to 7 carrots each. So let's see how much we get now. Alright, after harvesting all of these carrots, all the way around the other side of the mountain as well, we have 2 full carrot shulker boxes plus 2 here, and then almost a 5th. Oh, I have a few carrots in here, so we definitely have a 5th. Plus a few extra, I guess. So pretty good, not gonna lie. Now I'm gonna harvest the potatoes up here. This farm isn't super big, but I'm sure it's gonna fill up the majority of these shulker boxes, and then all of our shulkers that we got with us will be full. So let me quickly do that, and then we'll see how many emeralds that we get. And this farm was harvested so quick. I think it was literally like 2 minutes, not even gonna lie. Super fast. But now we have all of these shulker boxes. We had 2 spare, so it's not too bad. Now let's see how many emeralds we can get from all of this stuff. Starting with the carrots, because that's the thing we have the most of. We're getting so much XP, I probably should be putting that on my pick, not gonna lie. Wow, from the carrots alone, we're almost already at 4 stacks. That is crazy. And my pickaxe is almost completely filled, so I'm gonna do this one as well. From selling all the carrots, this is how many emeralds we got. Quite a few. I think this is definitely gonna be enough already. It seems like all the potato and wheat guys want to give me horrible deals, which is a bit unfair. So I'm not gonna bother selling those right now. I'm gonna save them for later. I do plan on creating a brand new kind of setup for the villagers. That'll be a bit in the future though. I want to create towns for each type. I think that'd be cool. But what I need to do is buy some of these efficiency 5 books. They're 41 emeralds each. Just need to find some books, which we have plenty of. Thank you. I'm sure I have more emeralds over here too. Okay, just a stack and 10. That'll be nice. I'm curious how many extra picks I'm going to be able to get. So if I get 2 efficiency 5s, that's going to be 1. Then I need mending. 1. Okay, I got 2. So I guess we should... I think we're definitely going to be able to make 2. So let's get 2 efficiency 5s, 2 more of them. Boom. So that is 2 picks. I need unbreaking 3. That should be over here somewhere. Ah, thank you, sir. 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm not going to have enough to make a 3rd, but 2 is definitely going to be nice. I need to find a couple more diamonds. I've only got 3. I know I've definitely got some down here though. Oh, plenty. Look at that. Thank you. You know what? I might as well use some netherite as well, just to get a little bit of extra durability out of them. Pretty sure I got templates in here somewhere. Ah, here we go. Beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead, craft up 2 diamond picks. Thank you. Combine the efficiencies and chuck it on to all of these. Okay, I think we're just gonna have enough levels. Oh, plenty. Hell yeah, dude. Look at that. Now I need to get the smithing table, which is also down here. Thank you. And 1 and 2. Look at that. Oh my days. That seemed a little too easy, not gonna lie. Absolutely beautiful, mate. I can't believe how rich we are now. Oh my days. Doing this like 400 days ago or 500 days ago would have been almost impossible. Well, not that quick. Look at that. Oh my days. I mean, it's nothing compared to this one or even this one with the unbreaking 5. But look, they're good. That's gonna give me so much more kind of leeway and oh my days. That's just going to help me get so much more done without having to go to the nether. It's going to at least half the amount of times that I actually need to head over there, which will be nice. Actually, I need some food and thankfully I prepared for this. Boom. I got a bunch of stacks ready to go. That's nice. Okay, but finally we can come back over here and continue to plan. So obviously I did a little bit of digging so I could figure out how much higher this level should be from this one. And that's kind of what we've got. So now I need to dig all of this down to the correct level and figure out the elevation, and that is going to take some time, I'm not going to lie. So what I think I'm going to do using these brand new pickaxes, dude, I'm not going to lie, that is such a huge help. Having those extra picks is going to be massive, man. Oh my days. But I'm going to go ahead and dig everything down in front of the kind of shape that we planned, just so we can have a little bit more space to work with. And then I'm going to be able to go ahead and figure out the height variation in the land. That's going to be very nice. Then we're going to really see this thing start to come together. Oh my days. So let's go ahead and get that started right now. This entire area is now looking so much better. As you can see, I've leveled everything in front of this area, but I do still need to take it even further down as I add in the variation. I think it's probably going to go 4 or 5, maybe even 6 blocks deeper on this side, but I'm not 100% sure yet. The only issue is both of my shovels are basically dead, but I really can't be bothered going into the end to repair them because I don't need to repair all of my tools right now. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've been making sure to collect all of the ores. So I'm going to drop everything into my storage, and then using the coal ore that I got, I'm going to go ahead and place it down just in the middle of my base here because I mean, where else am I going to do it? Then I'm going to put the diamond shovel in my offhand, or I'll make sure to do the silk touch because I want to make sure I collect the gravel. Then I'm just going to break all of this, collect the XP, and hopefully it heals up the shovel a little bit. Okay, that's not too good. That's a lot less than I thought it was going to be. But we're not finished yet. I can go ahead and get this and sell the coal for some emeralds. Okay, that gave us a little bit more. We also got 20 emeralds from that, so that's okay. I also got the lava chicken music disc. I don't know how I got that. I think there was a zombie riding a chicken. I might have got it from that. I'm not 100% sure though, because I don't remember a skeleton shooting a creeper. But I have an absolute metric ton of coal ore in all of these chests. So I'm going to just collect a bunch of it, and I'm going to do that exact same thing once again. Wait, do I still have iron in here? Oh, I do. I can collect XP from that. Let's go. Look at that. Oh my days. We've never had this much iron before. This is crazy. 34 blocks of iron. Oh my days. All right, let me go ahead and get all of this coal ore fixed up and see what we can do. We've got roughly 7 or 8 stacks, so I know for sure I'm going to be able to get at least this silk touch shovel fixed, but I'm hoping to get both of them fixed just so I don't have to worry about it for a while. We'll also see how many emeralds we get. Hopefully we get a decent amount. Man, this is giving me prison server vibes. I remember way back in the day, I used to play on prison servers and you'd have massive kind of areas like this just filled with ores. You just mine them all down and level up. It's reminding me of those days. This isn't even really a fraction of the total amount of coal ore I've got in my chest. There is so much in there. But that's the first shovel fixed. So I can go ahead and start healing up this second one. And there we go. I have a full inventory of coal now. So I can go ahead and trade these all into emeralds. And we should be able to get a decent amount. Look at that. A stack and 37 plus. That shovel is basically almost completely full now. You know, while I'm down here, I'm going to make sure I do the same for these iron ores, and I'm gonna throw that iron into a furnace as well. I'm glad we're getting so much iron. It is definitely important. We need it, man. Alright, let's chuck all the iron in there, and there we go. We just have over 3 stacks, so that is not too shabby at all. And in fact, I can also sell the rest of these and get a little bit more. So almost completely full. That's very nice. I'm curious how much extra coal ore I actually have. Let me go through the chests and find it all. I actually found all of this ore. There's so much ore I just have laying around. So I'm going to try and sort it a little bit. I mean, look at how much coal we got. Oh my days. That's going to take forever. We have a bunch of copper too. So I can also get that smelted and get a lot of XP from that. A decent amount of lapis. Tiny bit of redstone, I guess. Oh, we got quite a bit of gold. Look at that. Oh my days. Look at all that nether gold. Oh, wow. Okay. But now that these shovels are completely fixed, I can now head all the way back up here and hopefully not die to these monsters. Oh my days. Let me take care of the little sniper first. Then the creeper. Get out of here, mate. Then the zombie. Oh, now I'm going to have zombies coming for miles. Oh my goodness. Can I get a disc? Oh, nah. That's not going to happen, is it? Okay, let's take care of this guy because he got the enchanted bow. And then this fella. Alrighty. Okay, so now it is time. Oh my goodness, look at all these monsters down here. I did not really want to deal with that, I'm not going to lie. Oh my days, did you guys see that? I knocked him back to exactly where I was going to be and then I couldn't even find him. Thank goodness for blast protection or we would be gone right now. Oh, Alright, now I need to figure out the elevation for this entire area. What I think I'm going to do, obviously this area over here is the correct start in elevation. So I'm just going to dig 1 block below on the outside, just so I kind of have an idea of where I want it to be dipping down. So I think maybe here we'll go down by 1 block. Oh, not these fellas. Come on, man. Okay, so what I'm going to do, gonna keep it at this level all the way around here. But then when you get to this side here, it's going to come down by another block, roughly about there. Actually, you know what would be cool? What if I come down by 3 blocks here? Rather than having it go down 1 block every now and again, I make bigger areas that drop off quite a lot more. I think that'll allow me to have a little bit more kind of creativeness with the area. So I'll dig this all the way around. And then at some point, I think I should go all the way back up to 4 blocks high, to be honest. I'm not collecting any of the stone. I'm only going to be collecting the ores. That's going to be a priority right now because I have so much stone and dirt. I really don't ever see myself running out of it, at least not for a very long time. And with how much stone we're going to be mining today, I just feel like it's a waste of time. So I'm just collecting all the ores that I can because obviously they're a lot more useful. Now at this point, we've gone quite a decent kind of distance. So I think coming back up to 4 blocks tall is going to be nice. So now obviously I've got to dig this all the way out to the edge here. I mean, this entire bit is going to go way further down, roughly to about that level. But I'm just trying to plan this whole back thing. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a whole lot of digging, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure we started this video at 300,000. We're already at 327 or 328. So I guess it'll be interesting to see how much stone we mine after this next bit. I feel like that's going to be pretty crazy. So I'm going to dig all this area down out to the edge here at that new height I kind of just figured out behind. And then I'm going to dig all of this back area out and try and figure out some kind of variation within that whole kind of side in there. It's a whole lot of digging, but I guess we just got to get into it. Before I do though, I just wanted to announce I'm going to be opening my server very soon. In fact, when this video goes live, it'll be a few days until it does. On that server, you're going to be able to explore this entire map and you'll be able to join the server on Bedrock or Java. Now, I personally created the entire server 100% and I've created a bunch of custom features on it, which I'm going to be playing through while live, and I'm super excited. So if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure to join the Discord in the description of this video so you can see how to join it yourself. But anyway, let's get started on this right now. And this is now what the area is looking like. It is looking quite a lot better, but there is still so much to do. We are now at 364,000 total stone mined, but it almost seems like we haven't even made a dent. In fact, we still have this massive area here, which needs to be mined down. But as you can see, I created another level, which is a little bit higher, just to reduce the total amount of blocks I need to mine. And I'm probably going to do that once or twice more and just kind of try and figure out a different shape in there, because otherwise I'm probably going to go crazy. But as you can see in our inventory, there are so many broken picks and shovels. I can't really do much more until I go and fix them. Oh, hold on. I need to make sure I set my respawn point over in this bed here. Bada bing, bada boom. So now when I come back, I'll spawn there rather than thousands of blocks away at the original spawn point. But honestly, look at this area. As we fly away, it's really kind of expanding it and just making it seem so much bigger. And that is exactly what we want. Now, if you missed it in the last 100-day video, I actually did quite a lot of mining at this end portal, and this whole thing is just getting larger and larger every single time. And boom, okay. How did a bat get here? Oh, and a bunch of blocks. That's probably from when I was mining. But let's go ahead and fix up every single one of these tools, and I'm pretty sure we will have enough durability to make sure we don't actually have to do that again. So let me fix them up right now. And I think that's just about done. There's a bunch of XP still waiting to be collected into my body, but it seems like there's plenty and the shovel is about to be fixed anyway. Oh, there we go. Everything is literally fixed. I got nothing else to fix. Now we're just collecting XP for nothing. Now I have all of my tools fixed up, so I can head back and continue on that project. Obviously, as you can see in my inventory, I've collected a bunch of coal and iron, and that's pretty much all I've collected. I've also been turning them into blocks and putting them in here. I swapped from collecting them in ore form to collecting them in just normal kind of raw iron and coal form, just because there's no real point in collecting the ores. If I'm gonna turn it into blocks of raw ore anyway, it'll save me having to kind of place them all like this and break it again. So it's just, I guess, easier if I just mine it all without using silk touch and just continue to turn it into blocks of raw iron. So we have a full stack of a block of raw iron from what we've collected already. I think we'd already had 2 stacks of blocks of coal, so that's not really 100% from what we've got here, but we are collecting so much iron. Honestly, it's going to be such a help because I do use quite a lot of iron. We don't need to make any iron for the maps or the lanterns anymore, but I still like to make like iron bars. I want to create a bunch of rails, maybe things like chains, just those little things that kind of require a bunch of iron. It's going to be nice that I don't really have to worry about that anymore. All of this mining for this project is definitely paying off in that regard. Whoa, hello fella. So I guess let's collect all of this coal now and see how many coal blocks we have. We have so much coal, it is insane. I don't think we're ever really going to need it again. And I mean, 1 stack of coal equals roughly about 4 emeralds, or just over 4 emeralds. So that means a full stack of block of coal will be just over half a stack of emeralds, which is not too shabby. I don't think we'll ever need to worry about coal again. But I've stopped from collecting any stone. I am still collecting bones and gunpowder, but that's pretty much it. Then of course, all the ores that I find. But it's time to go ahead and finish up this massive block in here, so then I can start trying to figure out what I'm going to do down here, because I do want to connect this level here as well. So it's definitely going to be, whoa, oh my days, hold on a second there, buddy. This is definitely going to be one of the biggest kind of single projects I've done at once. I don't think we've ever done a terraforming project this large. I mean, certainly this thing over here was the biggest when we did this. This was huge. This was a massive project, but we didn't do much digging. It was more just kind of reshaping most of the land. But over here, because of the situation down here, that really wasn't viable. We definitely needed to do a lot of digging no matter what. But it's good we're finally doing it because, man, it's going to make this entire world look so much better. I mean, just looking at this map, we have pretty much changed this entire area here already. Like, it is a massive whole chunk. Almost an entire map. I'm sure it would total up to be more than one single map, so it is definitely a huge kind of section. And considering we're only 14 or 15 days into it, I think we're doing pretty well. I mean, that is a lot of hours of mining entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of mobs here, oh my days. And I'm so excited for you guys to be able to walk around this world on my server too, so you can just see the scale for yourself and kind of discover things that you may have missed, or just see the world in a different light from what you see on these videos. So yeah, like I said, make sure to go ahead and join that Discord. Link is down below in the description. I'll probably make a comment about it too, just in case, to make it easier to find. But anyway, while I'm dodging all these mobs, let's go ahead and get started on taking that huge chunk of earth and moving it. Absolutely deleting it from the game. Control Alt Delete right there. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look at that. Does that not just look insane? And we are still very far from being done. There's a whole lot of stuff we needed to do, especially in the front hand side of this kind of area. But let me give you a quick rundown of what's been done. So I connected this area with a little kind of bridge here that connects up to this little spot here at the same kind of height. Then you can come down to a kind of smaller area down here, and then once again down to this bottom kind of section right here. I've also created a staircase from this level that heads all the way up to the top, so there are many kind of different directions to walk in, and I do plan on adding even more. For example, I want to add a tunnel into the side of the mountain here, which will end up over here, so you can walk through the inside of the mountain to get to over here, as well as other little kind of paths, rivers and roads. But now we have to work on this massive section here, which is going to end up being an extension of this wheat farm, the original emerald farm we created 800 days ago, or something like that. As you can see, the wheat farm is a very similar kind of width all the way through. Even when you get over to this carrot farm, it stays at a very similar kind of size, and I want to keep that feature all the way along this side too. It's also slowly going up it's also kind of heading upwards a little bit every 15 to 20 blocks. So I also want to keep that at a very kind of shallow incline. But what I'm going to do is pretty much take some grass and kind of match closely what we've done over here. So when the mountain kind of turns back there, I'm going to turn the same over here as well, just so we can keep it nice and consistent. It doesn't have to match perfectly, but I think getting as close as possible is going to make it look nice. But I do have to get rid of this massive tree in the way, because otherwise I can't see anything. I also think we are roughly due for an incline, so we'll go up one here, and then it really starts to go that way, doesn't it? The good thing is there's a good portion of this that isn't going to require any digging, which is this kind of front part here. But once we get back here, it's going to be all digging once again, on my days. But nowhere near as much as we did before. I guess the hard part is kind of done. Now, this is a bit of a weird spot, so I need to count how many blocks wide this is. So it's roughly 18 blocks. So if I come over to this side over here and I quickly get rid of this massive tree in the way, oh my days, there's quite a bit of jungle remaining over here that I didn't clear before, so I definitely need to clear it. But if I go 18 blocks here as well, which will be roughly about here. Whoa, buddy. Oh, mate. Come on. That's just disrespectful. Now I just got to kind of match these up together without making it look weird. So I've got this, but I don't love it. This shape needs to be a little bit more circular. Kind of like that. I think that's going to be pretty good, and it looks kind of good from up here, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now the hard part is going to be doing it over here, because we have to dig into the ground. So I think the best thing for me to do is just kind of dig out roughly where I want this to go, kind of like we did up top. So where I am right here is 18 blocks away from there, so I need to make sure I keep that consistent. So this is going to come out a lot wider than I originally thought it was going to, so roughly about here, kind of like that. Oh my days. And then this last part should be pretty easy to keep it consistent. I guess the good thing is, considering how much we have to build out, we're still kind of keeping very nicely to the original landscape. I mean, up here, obviously not, but I mean, coming down the side of the mountain, we're definitely kind of close to where we would be originally. So I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. And now we are at the top part where we're definitely going to be cutting a decent chunk of this bit off. And then up here is pretty easy to kind of do. We just got to dig roughly to the same kind of thing that we've done over there. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that shape. You can kind of see where I've dug out and planned for it to follow. It gets a little bit hard to see over here, but you can still kind of see it. So now obviously I have to go through and dig it all out and add in the grass and of course the river that runs all the way through the middle. And hopefully this kind of template that I've dug out is going to give us what we need. I don't have to change it too much. If anything, the change will probably be over here. This seems a little bit too shallow maybe, I think. But I'm not sure yet. We'll have to find out. But before we do that, I need to head into the end just to fix up all my tools because they are once again pretty much broken. But I don't have any fireworks, so I need to get them. Oh my days. Hold on a minute. I guess I'll drop everything I don't need in here. We got gunpowder and we got sugarcane for paper. And now we have a huge amount of fireworks once again, thank goodness. It's hard to think this entire area was like just a rough mountain, kind of like this bit here. Not even long ago, like 20 days ago, this was all just natural terrain and now it looks amazing. Oh my days. We've literally added nothing to it and it just looks so much better. Just a little bit of kind of terraforming really shapes up a world nicely. But let's head over to the end to fix up our tools and then I'm just going to come back and get started. So I guess let's go ahead and do that right now. And now this is what the area looks like. Such a massive improvement on what we had before. Now, there is one more thing that I have to do, which is of course add in all of the wheat along this entire section here. Now, in order to do that, I need to grab a couple things from my storage, with the first of that being some spruce slabs, which I'm certain we're definitely going to have plenty of in these chests. There we go, 3 stacks. That should be more than enough. I need some lanterns, which we still have plenty of, and of course I need to grab some seed, but I'm gonna fill an entire shulker box with seeds from here because I know I'm gonna need a lot of them, so that will hopefully get us through. If not, we can always just come back to get more, but it is gonna be really nice seeing this farm expand. So what I'm gonna do is just go through and lay down the slabs with the lantern on top, then just simply grab some water from the river right beside it and move it over just like that. I'm gonna do this all the way down. Oh, this skeleton's gonna kill me. Oh my days. Oh my days. That was way too close. Dude, that fella's got a fancy bow, I'm not gonna lie. That is not good. But he's taken care of just as easy as that. Unfortunately, we're gonna have a bunch of water flowing down. So I'm definitely gonna have to go and fix that up. Only in this one spot, of course, because the rest of it has stone underneath. But it should be as easy as just running underneath and chucking down it. Oh, don't blow, please. Oh my days, I was too close. Come on, fella. Come over here. And go down the mountain and die. Boom. Okay. But yeah, it's going to be easy to fix this water issue, just chucking a stone block underneath for now. And as easy as that, the water is fixed. I'm hoping that adding in these lanterns is going to fix the monster problem that we've got. I think I'm going to do it bulk. I'm just going to go through and kind of dig the holes. I mean, it is definitely not the right time to be doing this with monsters absolutely everywhere. But we need to get this project done. Oh my days, look how many creepers there is over there. Oh my goodness. What did I do to deserve that? That is crazy. I wonder if I can kill them all without any of them exploding. Oh, so far so good. Oh my goodness. All of them. Oh my days. Oh, and this fella too. Hell yeah, man. We got 10 gunpowder. That's pretty pathetic. I think I'm just now realizing how much bigger this kind of section is. Like, setting up this farmland is taking so much longer than I thought. Like, this has to be one of the longest farms you probably have ever seen. Just long and skinny. I mean, I still have to do the other side as well. Oh my days. This thing is absolutely enormous. Oh my goodness. I think it's going to look incredible though once we plant everything. That's going to be really nice. I'm also going to be using the bones that I'm getting to just plant some seagrass in here just to add a little bit of color, because without it, it does look pretty bare. I'm not going to lie. Oop, there's a skeleton underwater. That makes a lot of sense. Wow. All of that bone meal that I had didn't even make it to the end. This is how far we got. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Okay, what I'm going to do is finish up the rest of this in a time-lapse form because I think that's going to look really cool and save you a lot of time. So let's go ahead and get that started right now. And now after so long, this area is now fully complete, at least this kind of level here, and it moves up quite a lot. Like the level here is Y129, and if we go to the complete opposite side, it starts at Y117. So it goes up a total of 12 blocks, way over in the distance, which you can kind of see from over here. But if we zoom all the way kind of back here, you can see the farm kind of starts here and then moves all the way and snakes throughout this entire mountainside, now all the way to over here. And it does still look kind of weird right now because especially on the outside we haven't done anything there, but we will be eventually moving down the mountain. But I want to make sure that I fill in everything up here first before we kind of do anything extra. But I am so excited to work on this spot down here because I think that's really going to bring this entire world together, especially when we can finally connect it down to this kind of port here. That's going to be such a huge change and just make the world look so much kind of more complete, at least the kingdom that we've been building. But this kind of expansion here, dude, this is insane. This is mega. We just hit 400,000 stone, barely, so there was a lot of mining. I think this is definitely the largest mining project I've done. I think if anything was to come close to it, it would be when we did this section over here. I mean, this kind of area here, which I still haven't filled in for some reason. I need to figure out what to put in over here. If you have any ideas, let me know. But this massive area here was a humongous mountain, and I destroyed the entire thing and built this, which is still kind of a huge massive mountain, but it looks so much better. We can actually build something there now, which is good. But it is so nice to see this world kind of expand this way, and it's going to look a lot better once we do build some stuff over here. But having the terraforming project kind of done, or at least for the most part finalized, we're going to be able to make this thing look epic now. I mean, the difference is already astounding. But like I said previously, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to enjoy this world and walk around it for yourself, you're going to be able to do that very soon. In fact, in 2 days from when this video is posted, my server will be going live, which includes a bunch of custom features that I've created myself, as well as this entire world, which will be explorable for you regardless of what client you're playing on. That includes Bedrock, Java, and many different versions. I'm going to make it as compatible as possible and as easy for you guys to kind of join and walk around as possible. You literally don't even need to download anything. You can open this up on an iPhone or a tablet or a Nintendo, I guess, and you'll be able to walk around and kind of join our community. So make sure to join that Discord link down below. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you can imagine, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, guys, until next time, peace out.